There's something very wrong with the biggest stories in the world. They're supposed to make us feel better, but they're making us feel worse. Star Wars, Marvel, The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, all initially burst onto the scene with the power to inspire and exhilarate everyone who saw them. We felt their heroes struggling. We shared their highs and lows, and when they triumphed, we did too. George Lucas famously wanted Star Wars to help young boys make sense of a scary world and to prepare them for the adventures of their own lives. And because his movie came out at a time of cynicism and malaise when everyone needed heroes, its message reached everyone, young and old. But Star Wars did something that made it even bigger. It took the hero's journey, fused with elements of modern culture like technology, westerns, hot rods, and more, and galvanized it into what can only be described as the fundamental myth of the modern world. Every blockbuster after Star Wars followed its template. Lovable heroes on dangerous adventures, teaching vital lessons that carried into the real world. But Star Wars was the first, and arguably the greatest. Then, inevitably, the stories ended. They reached their natural conclusions, but Hollywood couldn't let that happen. So they dragged the heroes past their prime or created newer, lesser versions of those heroes. The adventures became increasingly derivative, because what had worked before felt safest. They tried to make the stakes bigger, but because everything mattered less, they felt smaller. So today, when we need heroes just as much as, if not more than, we did before, there's nothing left. The world is crying out for those inspiring, larger-than-life figures, and there are none. But it's not over. As I said, Star Wars was the first of these great blockbuster stories. George Lucas built the primal myth of modernity. And we know from hints and suggestions over the years what he intended for the third trilogy of films. We don't know everything, but we know where the story was going. So I'm rewriting the Star Wars sequels. Other people have done rewrites before, but my project is inspired specifically by George Lucas's plans. I'm writing 3 full screenplays, taking Lucas's concepts and characters to their ultimate conclusion, adding elements that support his themes, and bringing the great modern myth to a close, the way it could have been. Episode 7, Shadow on the Republic, releases on May 25th, 2026. The 49th anniversary of the original release of Star Wars. Everything will culminate on the 50th anniversary next year. What do I think will come of this? Will 3 screenplays change anything? Well, with AI filmmaking on the horizon, they may not stay screenplays forever. All I know is the modern world needs its primal heroic myth. Now, more than ever. I'm calling this project Star Wars Reborn. If you want to follow the journey, subscribe to join the restoration. This is just the beginning.